Well, how you loving? LoveTubers, how you loving? I gotta close that door back there because that's the door to the bathroom. You can see into the bathroom. That's not a good look for the video. Pardon me. All right, let's get rocking and rolling, family. Pardon me. If you're new here, welcome. I am Reverend Valerie Love, also known as Kaisi. I am your divine wife of soul destiny. Yes, I'm a practicing Christian witch, and yes, got that pillow right over there, the witch's end. And we're here today to talk about money. It's Money Monday on Freedom TV. It's Money Monday on Freedom TV, baby. How you loving? How you loving? How you loving? LoveTubers, how you loving? How you loving? How you loving? So good to see you. Oh my God. Oh my God. If you believe in the power of money, then this video is for you. Because in this video, I pray to absolutely trash your belief in the power of money. Let's get to it. Hey, family. How you loving? How you loving? How you loving? Hey, let me give you a look out the window for the view. Oh, love the necklace. Thank you. Look at the view, family. That's what I get to look at as I speak with you. Oh, come on. That's what I get to look at as I speak with you. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? So uplifting, so inspiring, so expansive. That's what I've asked for. As you know, I'm on my big nomad travels, and I'm currently in Miami. I'm just moving around and being with this nomad lifestyle. And so I stay in an apartment for like a month, 6 weeks. Then I go to the next apartment, stay there for like a month, 6 weeks. And I've been watching my consciousness in this nomad journey, and it has been magnificent. The first thing that you learn being a nomad is stuff. You just get rid of a lot of stuff. You don't carry a lot of stuff. You don't have with you a lot of stuff. I've just got to do a live with us about my nomad journey thus far. I'll be down there this weekend. Look at that, Cecilia. Oh, it's incredible. Miami is incredible. I was over in New Orleans for a while, and then I came over here, and I gotta tell you something, family. There's something about Miami. There's something about the whole Miami vibe that is just so me. Like, I love Florida. Not so much Orlando, not so much Jacksonville. There's something about the Miami vibe. I don't know what it is. It's the lights. It's the deep nature, yet still the city too. Because I grew up in New York City, so of course, city is in there. And I like the action. I like the water, the ocean. Like, Miami has so much altogether. So our family is South Beach. Oh my God, love it all, right? So our family is planning on buying land. And my son's pointed out something very important to us. He said, Ma, 50, 100 years from now, because our family trust is buying land in Florida, right? Well, we're buying land. We have not specifically came down to Florida yet we're buying a large piece of property, like maybe 15 acres or so. My son was very much inspired by the incredible Mr. What's Kim K's husband, Kanye West. I don't want to describe him as Kim K's husband because he was big before he ever married Kim K, and Kim K didn't make him, and he didn't make her, and she didn't make him. Kanye West bought this huge plot of land out in, I don't remember the state. Does anyone remember this state? Hey, love, come on in. Does anyone remember the state where Kanye West bought like this huge land? Wyoming. Have you seen it? It's like amazing. And he's gonna build he has a vision. I love that he has a vision. I don't agree with everything Kanye West says and does, of course, yet I love that part about him. He has a vision. I love many things about Kanye West, and I feel like the land is helping him solidify, because he went through a real turmoil when his mom went on to glory, right? His mom went on to glory, as my mom has gone on to glory. And that is an unnerving thing. That is a thing that just turns your whole life around, because the only person who knew you your entire life is no longer present. That's the only one. That was the only one, other than your father. Of course, if your father was present the entire time, your father as well. Your mother was the one that was your first womb. That was, woo, come on, my name. Money in the Vortex, we're getting us started already. Mwah, Money Monday. Love it, love it, love it. Mwah, billionfold return to you, boo. Plus, a lot of episodes we're editing right now. The channel is under mass reconstruction. We're editing videos right now, and the videos that are live are going to go to members only, and then the edited versions will be on the channel. So members will have all of it. So even videos that are no longer live on the channel, members have access to them. And members, you know what access you have to those videos. And the members only portal, that's the members only area of the channel. So anyway, going back to this mother and the fact that when your mother leaves in body, right? She didn't leave in spirit, because she's still right here, probably more present than ever, even in body. When his mother passed on, it seemed to be like he had a time getting his footing and his bearing. And I feel like you're right on time. And I feel like this purchase of the land is a rooting and a grounding into, he's grounded. He's really grounded. And he also decided to turn to his spiritual nature, which is Christ. That's the thing for him. And that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Whatever your thing is for you, do it. Do it, do it, do it. And I applaud it. Today, Money Monday. Yeah, mother kept him so grounded. And when that was gone, I feel like he went through like a woo Auntie M phase, right? Going through the tornado. The tornado, like, oh, who am I? What? That's what these things in life do for us. They just totally upend our whole world. And then we get to recreate. We get to rise above. We get to see the truth. And that's a journey. It doesn't happen like that. It didn't happen like that for me with my mom. I was kind of like, there's a kind of lost that happens, not loss, lost. That happens, that for me anyway, that was my experience with my mom when mom gives up her body. So yeah, and so our family is buying property. And so going back to the conversation, we're having our pre-conversation. So come on in. So our family is buying property. And my son said something really powerful. He said, Mom, before we buy this property, like, beachy areas of Florida, or even any parts of Florida near the coast, or any parts of Florida around water, he said, let's look at the map of where this world will be in 50 to 100 years, because this is generational property. This is going to be passed on to generation. Let's look at where it's going to be in 100 years, because most of Florida and most of California is probably going to be underwater in 100 years. And I was like, good point. Maybe that's why Kanye West is out in Wyoming, right? You got to go to the mountains, because a lot of this, as is many civilizations are underwater right now. So I found that to be a really sobering thought for buying property where we're going to be. But anyway, this is Money Monday, and we're going to talk today about if you still believe in the power of money and how to smash that belief. And I have a tool for you, actually two. Write these out. Here's the first tool. Hey, Chris Golden! Mwah! OMG, that was our amazing comedian from the other day. And everybody say hi to Chris Golden in the chat, because Chris was on the show last week. having profound conversation, profound. If you didn't go to that powerful ley lines, yeah. If you didn't go to that interview, absolutely go back and watch the interview. The family saying hey to Chris, everybody, all the LoveTubers. Say hey, welcome Chris in the house. Incredible, incredible comedian and being of light on the planet, right? Even beyond what we do, right? Comedy and teaching and things like that. It's who we be. Who are we being on the planet? Is that incredible? So Chris is creating a podcast. So we're looking forward to listening more to the podcast and finding out more about the podcast and really taking it to a whole new level. 2 tools for you if you still believe in the power of money. Number 1, I pulled it up for you on my iPad. Here's the number 1 tool. The number 1 tool is A Course in Miracles. Go to acim.org. acim.org. Take a screenshot. And we're going to look at lesson 2. Lesson 2 in A Course in Miracles. Listen very carefully to what this is. Listen very carefully to this statement. Woo! Come on, we got a new number. I know that's right. Welcome channel members. Mwah. Love you for being the producers and the executive producers and the co-producers of everything on the channel, because you support the channel every single month with your beautiful presence and your beautiful resources. You all are the producers of this channel, Valerie Love TV. And I so appreciate you. This is a network, and we are going to be bringing you a lot of incredible content on this network. All right. So, hey. So, lesson 2 says, I have given everything I see all the meaning it has for me. Now, pause for a moment and just say to yourself, I have given everything I see all the meaning it has for me. How is this applied? Because let's talk about the practical application of this, because we got to make things practical. I have given money all the meaning that it has for me. I have given a boo all the meaning that it has for me. I have given a home all the meaning that it has for me. I have given the body all the meaning that it has for me. You see, we are meaning-making beings, and we go around unconsciously assigning meaning to things all the time. Well, that means that, and that means that, and that means that, and that means that. There's an automatic process in the egoic mind that stamps things with meaning. Oh, well, money means this, or money means power, or money means that you can do this, or money means freedom, or money means... Money doesn't mean anything. Put this in the chat. Everything is neutral. Put it in the chat. Everything is neutral. We must capture this if we are to be masters. Everything is neutral. Put it in the chat. Everything is neutral. Okay, everything is neutral. Your body, neutral. A tree, neutral. Money, neutral. Everything is vanilla, basically, until you come along and color it in. You see, your world is waiting for you to come along and color it in whatever you think it means. Everything's neutral. Money has no inherent power. Nothing outside of you has any power. Come on, Chris. Chris is like, Libras rule. Libras think we're the best, but I need to get rid of that because that's not true. But that's what we think. But anyway, I need to get rid of that. Okay? And when Libras get together, we're like, we really know that we really rule the zodiac. We rule the zodiac, but we won't tell all the rest of the non-Libras that. That's inside Libra conversation. We really think like we're it. Don't pay no attention to that, because that is nothing but egoic pride and better than, which is really masking worse than or less than. So we don't play into those kinds of things, right? I'm just telling you some of my own peculiarities, okay? Now, everything is neutral, which means money is neutral, which means money is not for you, money is not against you, money is not helping you, money is not hurting you, money is not making you more powerful, money is not making you more free. Money is not doing anything to you at all, nor could it, because it doesn't have the power to. Nothing outside of yourself has the power to do anything at all. This is quite a sobering experience, isn't it? It's very sobering. And I'm telling you something, when I started catching this about money, like, I used to think money had so much power in my life. How did money get so much power in my life? Because I gave it to it. I gave my power to money. And I'm going to show you how I see people do it every single day. People look at our retreats. We go all over the world to amazing retreats. We're going to have retreats coming up when we're back traveling again to Sedona, to Peru, to Egypt, to Dubai, to Salem. You're going to see us go all over the world. I cannot tell you how many times people say they don't have the money to go. What does money have to do with you going or not? What does money have to do with it? Nothing. Why is money making in your decision? Why is money even a part of your decision-making process? People make money so powerful in their lives that it can actually, this is some big thug that's punking you that says, if you feel drawn to go to India, money is like, no, you're not. Sit down and shut up. Oh, I can't go because my money said I can't go. What the fuck is that? What is that? You ought to get on top of that immediately. I was on top of that. I was all over that thing like white on rice because the money was shutting me down. The money was shutting me down. And I ran and got every book I could read, every process I could engage in, every teacher that was teaching anything about millionaire concepts or millionaire mind or free your mind, every wealth consciousness, every abundance consciousness. I was on it until I freed myself. You see, I was trapped. I was locked down. And guess what the thug was? Money standing over me. You ain't going nowhere. Sit down and shut up. Because why? Because I had made it that big thing. And then one day I said, wait a second. I had many pivotal moments. You know how you're doing this work, you're doing the work, you're doing the work, and you have all these pivotal moments. And all these very important pivotal moments are taking you to a whole new location, a whole new destination. And when I say destination and location, I don't mean actual traveling. This is metaphor. Metaphorical. Metaphor. It's a metaphor. For arriving, you're already there. You don't need to travel anywhere. This is just a metaphor, okay? So, all these little adjustments that were being made to my consciousness, what were they? They were actually me dropping shit that wasn't true. You don't need to do anything to yourself. Let's go to the truth. You don't need to do anything to yourself. Hey, Derry, how you loving? Mwah. You're already perfect. Oh my God, I think I put this in some version in every book. Please don't buy any of my books for improving yourself. I can't improve yourself. Yourself is already perfect. I can't improve on perfection. You can't improve on who you are. Who you are is God. Who you are is perfection. In ultimate reality, I'm writing this right now in this spellcrafting book coming out for Christian witches, which please do not let not being a Christian witch cause you not to read these books, because these books are so far past beyond, they're about Christian witchcraft and they're so far beyond. They're about ultimate reality and spirituality, right? At the core. Well, I'm writing in this book right now that what you are in ultimate reality, the 99% of you or the 95% of you, somewhere between 95 and 99% of you is ultimate reality, and somewhere between 1 and 5% of you is actually human. That means what you really are cannot be put into words, cannot be even spoken of or described. Now, with that said, you can't improve on that. So what are we doing in spirituality? You're really dropping things that are hiding ultimate reality. Drop the veil. You see, we're dropping falsities. We're dropping mind viruses we picked up along the way that are absolutely not true. We're dropping all untruth. We're simply ridding ourselves with anything that is not the self so that the self simply shines resplendently. You're not trying to make yourself into something better. You're trying, it took me a long time to get that because I'm so into personal development and spiritual development and self-development. You can't fucking develop yourself, capital S, but you can drop some petty ass shit that you do right now that is hiding, that is a crust covering the true resplendent self you are. Ooh, you're already that self right now under your crazy, crappy beliefs about money. I had to understand that the real self was already here. I had to buff away, get the chisel out, because some of that stuff is crust. Get the chisel out, right, and crust away at the crust that was hiding the true resplendent nature of my soul. This is the work we're doing. You're not trying to make yourself into something. You already are it. We gotta just remember. We just simply get to remember. Wait a minute, I'm God. That's why the most important statement that we say on this channel a lot is ye are gods. Ye are gods. Gods. Every tradition teaches you that you're a god. From Egypt and Kemet, everyone was gods. In the Bible, Christianity, they say ye are gods. In Hinduism, Buddhism, all of them, and in Buddhism, it's called your Buddha nature. Why is it called your Buddha nature? Because this is your true nature. This is who you are. Every tradition acknowledges that there is a soul. What is the soul? I've heard the soul described as the immortal diamond. Woo, come on. Money in the vortex, money in the vortex, money in the vortex, money in the vortex, money in the vortex. By the way, the mystery school starts this Saturday. Be in class with us this Saturday. Go to christianwitches.com, click on initiation. Right now, you can now do the whole thing from home. You asked for the mystery school, and let's get into that teaching classroom with us where you can be. There's some amazing beings in this school. Oh, amazing beings in class with us. You can do the whole thing from home now. You have no excuse. Now, let's go further. Now we know clearly we've remembered fully who we are. We also now know that there is nowhere we're trying to get, that we're already this right now. Now we know that we've just got to etch away and crust away at some crust that's on top of the immortal diamond. Now we also understand that one of the biggest problems is that we have given everything outside of us more meaning. And sometimes as regards to money, we have made money into a god, which is really idolatry. Now that we have those out of the way, let's go to our second tool. This one will blast it out of the water. So the first tool, acim.org, A Course in Miracles. Go to lesson number 2. Just study it over and over and over until it cracks away at all the lies in consciousness, all the stuff you picked up from mama and daddy and conditioning and society and school and blah, blah, blah. Get rid of all that shit. It's not serving you. Next. Here is the next incredible resource. And I'm going to hold this up to the phone, to my phone. Take a screenshot of this, please. Take a screenshot of this. Screenshot it and zoom it in. This will free you from money. Screenshot it and zoom in. Okay, now that we've done a screenshot, if you didn't get the screenshot, rewind. That's the beauty of technology. This is the 40-day process in the Abundance book by John Randolph Price. We'll link it below. Go to valerielove.com, and if you would be so kind as to receive this message, yes, if you would be so kind as to use the Amazon link for our channel below this vid to buy your books, and really to buy anything on Amazon, that would be so greatly appreciated. We love you and appreciate your support for that. It's a link that is an affiliate link, which means we earn a small commission if you choose to buy it, and it doesn't cost you any more, so we thank you for that. Here is the statement. Now, before we go to the statement, let's first understand the process, because this statement, before we read it, this statement is part of a process. The process is a 40-day process. What is 40? 40 is the number of transformation. 40 days, 40 years walking in the wilderness, according to the Israelites story. It's a metaphor. That's not history, right? It's a metaphor. 40 days of rain with Noah and the ark. That's a metaphor for washing, cleansing your consciousness of 40 days. Flood your consciousness with water. Next, it's one of the elements, right? Next, Christ walked in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights with no food, right? Don't you have the, John Randolph Price freed me. I truly owe a great amount of gratitude to the soul. We've just got to give gratitude for the soul, to this universe of life, for the soul known as John Randolph Price and what he did on this planet when he was on this planet. Because the books that I have from him and the work that he did while he was on this planet is beyond comprehension as a teacher. Now, and he still is with us as an ascended master now. Because John Randolph Price, he was tapped into some upper dimensions that would make your head break. Now, let's look at this. What is the 40-day process? You want to put money in the vortex, but you don't know how? Chris, I love that. LoveTubers, can y'all tell Chris how to put money in the vortex? I think it's in the comments section. Actually, I don't know how to do it either. I'm always on the receiving end, which is beautiful. It's somewhere like a little $ when you comment. LoveTubers, could you put that in the chat? So Chris said he wants to swirl money in the vortex too. We all in the vortex together, swirling with all this money. I'll put some money in the vortex. Thank you so much, Phoenix. Phoenix had Heru. Wow. Christ's true name had Heru. Okay, so now it's part of a process. It's part of a 40-day process. Here is the 40-day process. You write this statement. You get a brand new journal for this. I always got a brand new journal for this 40-day process. You write a journal in your journal. Well, first, I always pray and meditate, get into a meditative space. Set an intention that you're going to be free of all your money conditioning. Set an intention that you're going to be free of thinking that money has power over you or power over anything you're going to do. You're a God. How could money have power? How could money even do anything other than what you tell it? You're a God. Now, after that, you write this statement that we're going to go into. After you write this statement, you work with one principle of the 10 principles for that day. You write the statement morning and night, and then you work with one principle of the 10 principles in order for that entire day. Now, after 10 days, you do another 10 days, another 10 days, another 10 days. That's 40 days in all straight. If at any point in time you miss a day, you start from day one all over again. That's the beauty of this process. It has taken me, the longest it's ever taken me to get through is an 89-day process. Why? Because if you're on day 39 and you forget to do day 40, start again at 1. Why did you forget? You forgot because unconsciously you need to keep doing the process. Don't be mad at yourself. Oh man, I did 38 days and I didn't do it on day 39 and now would have been day 40, I would have been complete. Don't get mad at that. Get happy. I would be happy when I missed a day. And I would miss a day because I was very committed to it. I would miss a day because maybe I'm traveling and maybe the way the schedule worked. I don't really care what the reason is that you miss a day. Count missing a day as a gift, whatever the reason. This is not meant to say that you're not supposed to be committed to the process, right? That stuff wants to stay on you, right? I'm not saying be happy when you miss a day because it means that, you know, you shouldn't be committed to the process. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you want to lovingly approach this with a sense of great commitment. And if being human, there is a misstep, which being human means you make a whole lot of fucking mistakes. All good. When I make a mistake, or when my self-sabotage gets me, or when my lack of commitment gets me, I say, I see you. Great. I'm now going to start again with the intention to rid myself of the self-sabotage that just appeared and showed me how much I really sabotage myself. Thank you, self-sabotage. You're helping me. See, if you had never seen the self-sabotage, how could you do anything about it? You couldn't. It would remain unconscious and you would remain stuck. All right? Beautiful. So, you don't choose crusty anymore. I love that. We got to get the crust off. So that is the process. This is a very specific 40-day process. Don't take it out of order. Don't half-ass it. Don't mix this with that. Don't do it. First, get the book. Woo! I know that's right. Let me see what the message said. Oh, money in the morning. Laugh hard. It's a long ways to the bank. That's a good one. I'll be laughing all the way to the bank, baby. Love it. Mwah. Billionfold return to all our super chatters today for being incredible supports to this channel. I freaking love you. Now, I love everyone here. Now, here is the deal. Let me also go back to that statement for a second. Don't half-ass this. Do you want a real result or not? Stop playing with yourself. You know what I call it? I call it masturbation with no orgasm. Stop playing with the thing. Stop. What's the point? Do it or don't do it. But please don't half-ass yourself. You're way too important for that. So, here is the statement. This day, write the date. I cease believing in visible money as my supply and my support. You see, you're telling yourself this and you're writing it down. And you're writing it down every day for 40 days, morning and night. You're going to write it 80 times. I cease believing in money, visible money, as my supply and my support. And I view my current world of effect as it truly is, simply an outpicturing of my former beliefs. Everything I see in my bank account is simply an outpicturing of my former beliefs. Everything I see in my investment accounts is simply an outpicturing of my former beliefs. Everything I see in my wallet right now is simply an outpicturing of my former beliefs. I believed in the power of money. Therefore, I surrendered my God-given power and authority to an objectified belief. Ooh, I just put let's talk about what we're really doing here. I took my power outside of myself. I put it on a platter, and then I gave it to money. Here, money, take my power, because I don't know what to do with all this power, and I'm way too afraid to use it. Money, you want some more of my power? Let me go inside and get some more of it. Go inside and get 10 more pounds of power, pull it outside of yourself, put it on a platter, and give it, here, money, please have all this power over me. Because I really don't know what to do with all this power, and I'm too afraid to use it, too deathly afraid to live my purpose on the planet. So, whoo, can you feel it? Can you feel it? That was me. So please, too afraid to live my destiny on the planet, too afraid to stand up and do the big work I'm really here to do, too afraid to shine magnificently. So let me just take all this power that I have, which is infinite, and let me just put it on a platter and just keep passing it around to other people and things in my life, and then call them the problem. Oh, how's that working for you? Your boo is not your problem. Your bank account is not your problem. Your mind is the problem. The universe is mental. Mental. The first law of the seven principles of the Hermetic law, as we know in the Kabbalion from ancient Kemet, also known as Egypt, the universe is mental. All is mind. All is mind. Where is my mind? I believed in the possibility of lack. Now that's a stretch. You actually have to believe in the possibility of lack when there is no possibility of lack. But you have to believe in that shit. I actually believe that I could lack something that I really require for life. That is an absolute lie, but I believed it. I believed in the possibility of lack. And what John Randolph Price is telling you, that there's no such thing as lack, but you believe that there's a possibility of lack. You believe in the possibility of lack. I could miss something. And I'm going to show you how this played out in my consciousness. I'm going to show you just how crazy I was. I'm going to tell you how crazy I was. Blessings and love. Welcome. Here's how crazy I was. I used to carry around this big, ginormous purse. And everything was in the purse. And you know what they used to call me? They used to call me Complete. That was one of my nicknames. My girlfriends used to say, hey, we're Complete. Guess what I had in the bag? A washcloth wrapped up in a little plastic bag, a change of underwear, scissors. I had a little office in there, little tape, paper clips, just in case I might need it. I had the biggest just in case consciousness you ever saw in life. Come on! I know that's right. What? Money in the vortex. There's money in the vortex for everyone. Come on. Billionfold return to all our super chatters. Billionfold return to your super chatters for putting money in the vortex today for all of us. It's in the vortex. Now, I used to have the biggest bag of just in case. You know, just in case consciousness? Just in case consciousness is a belief in the possibility of lack. It's a belief that I'm going to be without something that I need, and I need to pack up and always have with me what I may need, because otherwise I might be SOL, I may be out. That's a belief in the possibility of lack. You see, if you do not ruthlessly comb your consciousness to see where all this shit is coming from, you'll keep doing all this dysfunctional stuff and call it normal. That's just the way I am. I just like a big person. No, you fucking don't. You don't trust the universe. You don't trust God. You don't trust yourself. And you believe in the possibility of lack. And you've made all that shit in your big bag more powerful than you. Because a God walks about the earth. Christ didn't have nothing. Because a God knows that they're manifesting everything in the moment that they require, and they could never even possibly be without. Oh, comb your consciousness, because trust me, there's some critters in there that's eating you alive. Comb it. Comb your consciousness. I'm always just combing. Ooh, where did that come from? Ooh, why do I do that? Ooh, why do I have this big, ginormous bag with everything but the kitchen sink in it? Oh, because I don't trust life. Oh, okay. And then just choose. Don't make yourself wrong. Well, I don't trust life. Maybe you want to keep on not trusting life because you're learning something from it either way. Or maybe you say, well, you know what? I think I'm going to trust life. And I've had these scissors in my purse for the longest. And I haven't needed scissors in 6 months, but they're still in my purse. Maybe I could just take the scissors out and leave them on the desk today. I don't know. And maybe today I'll go about the planet without a pair of scissors in my purse. I mean, maybe, just maybe. I'm just talking to you about my own crazy consciousness and how I saw what stupid, crazy shit I was doing and then said, oh, maybe I want to make a new choice. Is this something that a God does? Just ask yourself that. Is this something that a God does? Then why am I doing it? Next. I believed in the possibility of lack, thus causing a separation in consciousness from the source of my supply. See, it wouldn't be so bad if what you believed was simply benign. It wasn't having any deleterious, harmful effects on you. The problem with your beliefs is that they're a wedge between you and source. Ooh! And we're creating it. We're creating the wedge between self and source. And it's a big old lie. It's not even real. It's self-created. I had that. I'm telling you I had it, and I'm telling you how I got rid of it and how I continue to get rid of anything that is in consciousness that seems to have more power than the power I am. It says, I believed in mortal man and carnal conditions. You can tell you believe in mortal man because you're biting your nails to see if you're going to be approved for the thing at the bank. You ever did that? You ever go for a mortgage or you go for a car loan and you feel this little anxiety come up about being approved? That shows you believe in mortal man and carnal conditions. You don't believe in God because you would not be concerned at all, not in the slightest, whether you were approved here or there for this house or that house if you knew you were creating it from inside yourself. You would create it. You wouldn't be concerned about whether someone was going to approve you for it. And doing this, I'm just telling you how you can see these things leave trails. They leave clues to show us how we are. I was just thinking of that bag lady. So, oh my God, isn't this incredible, bag lady? As a matter of fact, a short story here, and then we're going to complete our statement. When we went on one of our trips, you know, we go on these amazing spiritual retreats all over the world. And one of the places we love to go very often is to Virginia Beach. And the reason we love to go to Virginia Beach often, and we go there a lot, our spiritual community has gone there a lot, and we'll go there again in 2021, maybe even 2020, let's see. One of the reasons we love going to Virginia Beach is because the Center for the Association for Research and Enlightenment is there, the ARE, by Edgar Kaisi. And Edgar Kaisi, as you may know, was the sleeping prophet. And Edgar Kaisi did over 10,000 readings to help people heal their body from going into a trance state, and then he would speak the answer based on his communication with angels and otherworldly beings. So because Edgar Kaisi did all this, and he was a great healer and everything he did worked and people would be amazed and they were healed from all these different things and it's just astounding. He created a center called the Association for Research and Enlightenment, and it's still there in Virginia Beach, and we go there very often. So when we go to Edgar Kaisi Center, wasn't it incredible? So when we go to Edgar Kaisi Center, I want to tell you something about how magical this place is. That I'm feeling it right now in my system. Before you can go into the door of the Edgar Kaisi Center, or even when you approach it, there's like a force field there. It's like a force field. Now, right on the first floor, there is a metaphysical store. It's amazing. On the fourth floor, there's a meditation room that is beyond. Okay, the meditation room has this panoramic window and it faces east. And east, it looks out at the ocean because it's at Virginia Beach, right? So it looks out at the ocean, faces east, and it's the land of the rising sun. From the east comes the light, the sun, the enlightenment, the sun rising. So when we go to this place, to even get in, you got to get past this little like force field. Now, the force field, and it also has a labyrinth that you could walk, and it also has a health center, a holistic healing center. Well, before you can go through this force field, I believe it's checking your health, because this is what he stood for, and his spirit is still there, right? So I believe as you go through the doors, because I've always felt it. So anyway, we were about to go into the Edgar Kaisi Center, the group of us. And there was one sister there that something to do with a bag. She had this large bag and she wanted to take it in, or something to do with that. I don't remember the particulars of the healing moment. I only remember the healing moment. And it was a problem. It was somehow a problem that she couldn't do this, or she wanted to do something that she could not do. And it was frustrating her, and she was outside and she couldn't get in. Not because they didn't let her in. This was her own experience she was having, because they let everybody in. This is her own experience she was having of healing and releasing what we're talking about right outside of the Edgar Kaisi center. Because if you talk about this center, the center is healing you right now while we're talking about it. I feel it in my being. If you are open to it and you're feeling and sensing on the very subtle energies, because that's what magic is, the subtle energies, you can feel the subtle energies of Edgar Kaisi and the center healing you right now. Because we're talking about it. Our energy is on it. And what science has shown is that when you put your attention on something, there's actually a part of your consciousness that goes out and touches that thing energetically. Wow. Look at the work of Rupert Sheldrake, one of my favorite scientists. And he would tell you that attention actually means that there's a part of your consciousness that goes through the ethers and actually touches that thing. So because we're giving our attention now to the Edgar Cayce Center, there's a part of your consciousness that's actually touching it. And if you are open to the healing, which I'm open to healing on all levels at all times, you will be able to experience the healing at the level of receptivity, at your level of acceptance and receptivity, okay? Now, and availability to what's before you. Now, and capacity to receive it. Now, she couldn't get in. We're standing outside. And because it had to do with this bag, and because it had to do with my own, I remember that. I remember that because everyone is a reflection of yourself, right? I remember that. And we put on this song. I can't put it on now because if I do, they will demonetize this video. But we know the song from the incredible queen and master magician. She's high witch, head witch. She didn't say it, that's what I say. The incredible Erykah Badu. Bag lady, you got too much stuff. You can't hurry up. You know, cause you got too much stuff. You know, this whole, when they see you coming, they just take off running. It's true. It's true. Oh, yes, it's true. Bag lady, you gonna hurt your back. Carrying all them bags like that. You know, we know that song. And that song, too, is a metaphor for all of the beliefs we carry in consciousness that we took a screenshot of a few moments ago that are not true, that we get to just drop. That bag was an outer picturing of the bags in my consciousness. I believed in mortal man, and through this faith gave man and conditions power over me. So I believed in mortal man and carnal conditions. And through this faith gave man and conditions power over me. You gave the rent man power over you. You gave the repo man power over you. You gave the bank person power over you. You gave the approval person power over you. You gave the approval person for this power over you. You gave your customers power over you. You gave your clients power over you. Oh my God. You gave your pastor power over you. You gave your mom and daddy power over you. All of the beings that we have given power. You gave your boo a lot of power over you. Oh my God. Your boo has so much power over you. All they have to do is say one word and you just pop off. You just pop off. Mach 10 hero fire. Why? Because we gave them that power. And all we got to do is just, let me bring my power back home. Let me bring my power back home. Just own all of your power. 100%. I believed. Notice, believed. Past tense. You're putting this behind you. In the mortal illusion created by the collective consciousness of error thoughts. Ooh, listen to that. I believed in the mortal illusion. This illusion is killing people out here in these streets. I believed in the mortal illusion created by the collective consciousness of error thoughts. That means this whole collective consciousness where we picked up a bunch of this shit in the first place, I believed in that. I believed in the mortal illusion that we collectively created on this planet. I believed that there were some people better than other people. We created that in the collective consciousness of error thoughts. These are errors. These are error thoughts that have created mortal illusions. That means the illusions are killing us. Why would we create something that would kill us? That's just a slow suicide. Death by thoughts. But we do it all the time. I believed in the mortal illusion created by the collective consciousness of error thoughts, and in doing so, I have limited the unlimited. Ooh. I scrunched God down to a thimble because that's what I believed. I scrunched the allness, the almighty, down into a tiny little person who I think I am. Ooh. I scrunched all the money in the universe down to what I think I have in my bank account at this current moment. I scrunched all the abundance in the universe down to what I think I have access to in my bank account right now. Wow. You done took the whole universe and just scrunched it all the way down into this tiny little thing to match yourself, a tiny little thing. Do you see the problem with all this? If you are in yourself a tiny little being, that's egoic consciousness. What is egoic consciousness? I write about this in the book I'm writing right now about spellcrafting. What I was writing about ego death and darkness. We'll talk about that more tomorrow or on Witchy Wednesday. What is ego death? Ego death means the dissolution of who you think you are. The ego has a very finite, tiny, little definition of who it thinks you are. You're a black woman from Harlem and you have 3 children and you're a mother and you're a teacher and you're a YouTuber and that's who you are. Oh no, ego. Thank you for your input. I am that I am. I am. Ultimate reality is none of those. Ultimate reality is not differentiated as a mother. Ultimate reality is not differentiated as a father or sex or color or culture. Ultimate reality is not differentiated as anything. I am that. I am ultimate reality. But the ego carves out a little tiny piece of ultimate reality and makes that your identity. No, this is who you are. You're not just a little blade of grass. No, I am that which is back of the blade of grass. I am that which is back of the sun. I am pure consciousness. Oh, thank you, ego, for your input. Thank you for your input. That was lovely. Now, you sit here and believe that I'm a black woman. I say it all the time on this channel. I'm not a black woman. I just look like one. You believe that, and in ultimate reality, I shall know who I am. We were never to take the egoic representation of self as identity. You're not supposed to take black woman as an identity. That's not an identity. That is a facade. That is a interface. The body, how I'm appearing before you right now, is an interface between ultimate reality, that which I truly am, and the world of effects, the third dimension, which is only operable with the 5 senses, and the 5 senses are only picking up what's here on the third dimension. That's it. That's not ultimate reality. Ooh. But if you believe you are a person, I'm just going to pray for you. That's a very sad thing to believe. It's a very little thing to believe. It's a very tiny. It's like thinking of yourself as your pinky toe. Look at your pinky toe. It's like thinking of your whole self in terms of you being a pinky toe on a foot. So I'm not talking about kill the ego. I'm not about that. That's dumb. Why would we want to kill the interface? You need the interface between ultimate reality, undifferentiated consciousness, pure consciousness, I am. We have a lot of names for it, right? Sat Chidananda, ultimate reality, heaven, Christ consciousness, prana, chi, energy, source, whatever you like to call it. Your body is the interface. Just like you can't get on the internet if you just walk up to the internet and say, okay, I want to get on the internet. It doesn't work like that. You have to have an interface. What is the interface? An iPad. Okay, this is the interface that will now allow my consciousness to connect to the internet. Or I have a device, or I have a computer. Same thing. The internet is not the real world, though many people think it is. It's a conglomeration of the consciousness. It's a mirror. It's whatever we put on it, right? So why would we believe it? So this is all very mind-bending. I do understand that. The important bottom line is your identity is not the ego. Your identity is not the body. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. That is yet another lesson in A Course in Miracles. Your true identity is ultimate reality, that which cannot be named, that which is nameless, timeless, formless, that which is ultimate, the all. That is truly who We are. I am. That's what I am is. Okay? The real, whoo, come on. The real matrix, right? Beyond the matrix. Now, it said, no more. This day, I renounce my so-called humanhood. You got to renounce it. You have to tell yourself, no, I don't believe that anymore. I used to believe that, not anymore. You can't just go on and add more stuff on top of the weeds. What do you do when you're going to plant a garden? You go and you clear the land. You get the topsoil off. You turn the soil. You pull the weeds. You clear the land. And this is where you're going to plant your beautiful flower bed of consciousness. Okay? Yeah. I was just thinking about the architect this morning, Phoenix. I believe no more. This day, I renounce my so-called humanhood. Just renounce your humanhood. You're not a human. And claim my divine inheritance as a being of God. Woo! Woo! Do you see that? 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 You have to reclaim it. You have to tell yourself these things. This day, I acknowledge God as my supply and my support. Then you go into the principle for day one. Here's the principle for day one. Money is not my supply. No person, place, or condition is my supply. My awareness, understanding, and knowledge of the all-providing activity of the divine mind within me is my supply. Do you see that I have these memorized? I'm going to say it again. Oh, no. Money is not my supply is number 5. That's because that's one of my favorite ones. I've said that to myself probably millions of times. Money is not my supply. No person, place, or condition is my supply. Say it with me. Money is not my supply. Money is not my supply. Put it in the chat. Money is not my supply. 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 Put it in the chat. Money is not my supply. 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 That's right. Money is not my supply. Just tell it to yourself. Money is not my supply. Money is not my supply. No person, place, or condition is my supply. No person, place, or condition is my supply. That means my job is not my supply. That means my boo is not my supply. That means alimony is not my supply. That means child support is not my supply. That means income from the government is not my supply. That means a stimulus check is not my supply. Nothing outside of you is your supply. Here's what your supply is. My awareness, understanding, and knowledge. My awareness, understanding, and knowledge of the all-providing activity of the divine mind within me is my supply. Woo! As long as I'm aware, as long as I understand, as long as I know and acknowledge that there is an all-providing activity of a divine mind inside of me. This all-providing activity. It says all-providing. That means, well, I need toothpaste. Here's the toothpaste. That means I need a car. Here's the car. That means I need a house. Here's the house. That means I need new clothes. Here's the new clothes. That means, I need this particular book. I looked the other day and I saw that I had put some book on the wish list. And I was like, oh my goodness. That book had come to me in the mail. I didn't even pay for it. The book came to me. That's how powerful this is. It's like the universe is your command. It's like you have an ultimate genie in the bottle. It's yourself. Rub yourself. Rub your own damn self. I am the genie. You're the genie in your own life. Act like it. That's it for today. And this, I pray, smashes and utterly obliterates any belief in the power of money. You have the power. Money is your wonderful servant. It makes a horrible master. Money is a powerful tool. I've decided to use money like a hammer. It's a wonderful tool. I've also decided to use money as a servant. It's a wonderful servant. I've decided that money is a wonderful way to do many of the things on the planet that I'm going to do anyway. Wonderful. I've decided that money is grease. It's like oil in the cogs. It makes everything kind of flow smoothly. That's what I decided. Lovely. And money is for me, and it works for me, and it works for me wonderfully. And it's wonderful to have plenty of it. The more the better. The more the better. Love it. I love you. Mwah. You all are the reason I do this every day. You on Freedom TV. God bless you. Mwah. Peace. Kaisi out. Join me. I want you now to take action to either join me in the mystery school or join me in the Wealth and Wellness Vortex. Both will be listed below. I want you to buy the books. I want you to work your process. Come on. I want you to activate it, not just hear it, right? We're not hearers of the word only, but we're doers of the word. I love you. God bless you. Peace. Mwah. Peace, Kaisi.